Howdy folks! Today I have a very different kind of loot video. I'll be showing you all a great way to mass murder chickens and how much loot you can actually get from it. I think the recent update with archaeology will be reducing the price of all bones for a bit, so I figured I should share this before the price drops too low to make a decent profit. The only requirement there is to do this is you need to have an Oldak coil made with Invention. There are a few things that will make this easier though. Things I would recommend having are the upgraded Bone Crusher, a Brooch of the Gods, the Ability Surge and or Bladed Dive, and the Premier Artifact. The goal is to set up the cannon to automatically kill the chickens for you while you run back and forth from the bank to the chicken pen collecting the loot. To set this all up, first you should run over to the chicken pen north of the Lumbridge Marketplace. Then you need to make sure that all the chickens are inside the pen. Sometimes they get stuck in Fred's house, or they just get out of the pen. So just kill them so that they respawn in their original spot inside the pen. Before you start the Oldak coil, you want to make a bank preset that has at least 100 cannonballs and nothing else. So what you'll do is once your inventory is full, you run to the bank, press 1, and it will automatically place all of your loot into the bank and withdraw 100 cannonballs again so you can refill your coil. So now, you want to set up the Oldak coil in the center of the pen so that it will reach each chicken. Simply load the Oldak coil and then just pick up every bone and raw chicken and feather they drop. Every time a chicken respawns, it'll lay an egg, so collect those too. If you do not have aerial loot on, I would really recommend turning it on to make the looting a little bit faster. Wearing the Brooch of the Gods will give a small chance to spawn a gift from the gods, which will give you 4 uncommon invention components. I only ended up getting 2 of this within the 30 minutes I did this. If you have the VIP Premier Artifact, you can activate it and use the Sign of the Porter effect, which will give you a 50% chance to automatically deposit raw chickens and eggs into the bank when you pick them up. You don't need to use this, it'll just allow you to make fewer trips, making it a little less intensive. The Oldak coil can hit up to 3 enemies at a time. As long as there are not any coil shots that only hit 1 chicken, you're all set. But sometimes your coil will hit less than 50 and won't kill the chicken. It'll cause the chicken respawn times to not all be synced. We don't want the respawns to be at different times because then you'll waste a cannonball hitting 1 chicken when it could hit up to 3. To fix that when it happens, you just need to pick up your coil, close the pen, and wait for all the chickens to respawn before setting it back down and loading it again. I don't actually know what the chances of it happening are, but there is a small chance that when a chicken respawns, it will fly down from the sky and say, "I am returned!" or something like that. If you don't already have one, killing that chicken will give you an offhand rubber chicken, which looks just like the rubber chicken from the holiday event so long ago, except it doesn't give you the option to whack people with it like the old main hand version does. I was fortunate enough to have that chicken spawn twice, but I already had the rubber chicken. Alright, after 30 minutes of running back and forth, it's finally time to show you the loot. First off, we do have to include the fact that we spent 160,000 on cannonballs to do this. As for the loot at the current prices of raw chicken, eggs, and bones and feathers, this made 1,172,000. So that becomes just over 2 mil an hour, plus some uncommon components. You could also hold on to the items, and you can sell them once their prices increase. I have seen raw chickens go for over 1,000 each before. I don't really know why, but if you're patient with selling items, you could make a higher profit. This profit is not the best in the game, but for something that only requires a decent invention skill and has no risks, it's not bad. Also, if you don't already have the offhand rubber chicken, it could help you obtain that. Well, I believe that's all I had for this video. I hope you enjoyed the mass murder of chicken. Well, on second thought, I'm also a little concerned if you enjoy any form of mass murder. But either way, thank you all for watching, and I wish you all happy gaming.